It is a tale of two storms in the tropics today. One, a weak tropical storm bringing rain to the Gulf Coast. The other, a major hurricane that threatens the islands of the northeastern Caribbean. Good afternoon. Welcome to Weather Center. I'm Lisa Moser. For a complete update, we turn to Jill Brown, who has been standing by in the forecast center this afternoon. Jill?
Okay, thanks, Lisa. As of the 5 o'clock update from the Hurricane Center, we have some new information on powerful Hurricane Georges, so we want to start with that. And joining me to talk about this is our hurricane expert, John Hope. And, John, we now have 145-mile-per-hour winds with Hurricane Georges, comparable to Hurricane Andrew.
Andrew and Hugo before it reached the islands. We don't very often see them get that strong, but that is a very major hurricane, 145 miles an hour.
We thought people should know right off the bat that we do have some new watches and warnings. Let's show you where those are. For the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, we do have hurricane watches that are now in effect. And now we do have some warnings, John.
We have warnings now for all the islands from Anguilla down to St. Lucia. And south of there we have a hurricane watch, as you just pointed out. So now the hurricane warnings would include all these islands. There's some question about some of the French islands, whether they've been put up or not, but Dominica, they go down to Dominica. So basically we're talking about it includes all these islands. That's in the warning. All these are in the watch, including Puerto Rico, and the watch down here from Martinique down to St. Lucia also.
All righty. We'll give you all the details on Hurricane Georges in just a moment. We'll get back to that. Let's start you off, though, with Tropical Storm Hermine, which is now in the Gulf of Mexico. Hasn't changed much today. Winds are 45 miles per hour. It's moving north now at 7 miles per hour, and it is centered just 115 miles south-southwest of New Orleans in Louisiana. So, John, it looks like we'll have landfall here before too much longer.
I think this evening sometime the center will make landfall. And the important thing about that is, Jill, it won't get any stronger after it does that. The heavy rain is the problem, and that'll be along the path of the low and along into the east of it. And eventually that's going to come right up into a lot of southeastern states.
All right, we do have tropical storm warnings that are in effect along the coast, and these have been extended over to Intercoastal City in Louisiana and all the way over to Pensacola, Florida. And in that area, Biloxi, Mississippi to be exact, is where Bill Keneally has been standing by waiting for the effects of Tropical Storm Hermine. I guess we will not talk to Bill this hour, but we can show you some of the effects that we have had with the rain that's been coming in. New Orleans, Louisiana, of course, more recently had such heavy rain with Tropical Storm Francis. This go around, it was a brief bout so far, about 11 o'clock this morning when the heavy rain came into New Orleans. We are not expecting a repeat of the 15 inches that we got from Francis. And, John, it looks like, while it looks miserable there in New Orleans, they will be out of this one much more quickly.
Yeah, they're going to get some rain. Could be pretty heavy for a while, and they've certainly some accumulation, but not 16 or 18 inches because it's going to move on, get out of the way.
All right, let's take a quick look at the satellite and radar combined, and you'll be able to see for yourself. Really, while we do have some widespread rain, we haven't started to see the flash flood warnings, anything like that. We will be checking back, though, with Bill Keneally along the coast this evening, and we'll see how things progress. We expect to see a lot more rain. All right, on to Hurricane Georges, again, a major hurricane. Here are the stats. If you're plotting, it's centered at 15.7 north, 54.4 west. Now that's just 450 miles east of Guadeloupe. Winds 145 miles per hour, moving west-northwest at 20. John, do we expect to see any change, really, before it makes landfall?
Well, it could get a little stronger. It is getting stronger. It's forecast to get stronger than it is. 145 is enough. It's expected to go up anyway to 150, which brings it very close to a Category 5 hurricane, and those are rare events indeed. We've only had 2 Category 5s ever strike mainland United States. One was 1935 in the Keys, and the other 1969 up in Mississippi, Camille.
And even if this does make landfall on the islands, that's not likely to diminish it in strength a whole lot.
It depends on which islands it does hit. If it hits some of the larger islands, that could weaken it temporarily. Puerto Rico is certainly big enough to weaken it, and Hispaniola, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti to the west, if it goes over that, it would weaken at least temporarily.
Okay, right at the moment, still clear blue skies for the late evening. It may be as early as tomorrow afternoon we start seeing hurricane-force winds.
But what we have to emphasize tonight is it's so beautiful out there. I know it's very difficult for folks to think that such a monster hurricane is on the way. Couldn't it be a nicer day than what it is in the islands? But when it gets in there, the weather's going to deteriorate very suddenly, so you've got to do all your preparation before the hurricane gets there.
Okay, and this is a picture of our wind field associated with our hurricane, and again, it'll be the tropical storm force winds and hurricane force winds will start to pick up well before we see the eye come ashore.
Right, and we put this on here just to show the folks that we don't have any hurricane force winds now anywhere near the island. The yellow shows you where the hurricane, the tropical storm force winds, the dark red, the 115 plus, and the other red, the hurricane force.
John, how seriously do you think we need to take this here in the U.S., and could it possibly be have an effect on us?
Well, we should take it seriously, but we have time. That's something they don't really have much more of in the islands at any time, but they do have time here in mainland United States. So we have a couple days to watch this and try to ascertain just how strong it's going to be and exactly where it's going to go.
All righty. Well, we will be doing that, and thank you very much, John Hope, our hurricane expert. We'll continue to keep you